All right, so enough of the Bible, enough of that stuff. You kind of got a background on me, but let me tell you a little bit about another fallacy that they give us. This is a book, Harry the Dirty Dog, right? And pretty much it just shows the story of how they trick us. And who they is, I don't know. But the thing is, once I get enough people to realize that we've been tricked, because we're all soldiers, we just been fighting for the wrong cause, fighting each other over resources when we need to realize that we are one, the world is ours, and we need to share it and we need to help each other. Once we have that shift, then we can start to create some beautiful things. We got the smartest people in the world working on the right problems. Instead of looking outside, we can look inside and then we can start helping each other. Now, this story is just simply about a white dog that didn't like to take baths. It was a white dog with black spots. He left the house. He got dirty. He wasn't recognized by his family when he came back. He ran away because he didn't want to take a bath. Got dirty, played around, and enjoyed himself. Just got filthy dirty. But he got tired, he was hungry, he was lonely, he wanted to come home. He came home, they didn't realize it was him because he was a black dog then, right? But all he did was jump in the tub that he was running from to begin with his brush, did a couple new tricks that he never did before, and they said, this dog really wants to get a bath. So they bathed him and they realized it was the same dog. That's you. You've just been tricked into thinking that you're not the precious diamond that you are. So when I say diamond, just think about a diamond, for instance. We put so much value on a diamond because of the rarity of it, right? What actually makes a diamond valuable? Pressure and time. Molecularly, a diamond, well, and it reflects light. It's pretty to look at, okay? Okay, but ultimately, you can look at a cubic zirconium, but they're gonna say, is it real? Is it real? What's real? Oh, is it fake? What's real? Well, ask yourself about your life, your beliefs. Is it real or is it fake? You know, you don't want a fake diamond on you. Do you want a fake life? Are you living a fake life? Do you think your life is all about working a 9 to 5 and dying with as much money as you can possibly have and with as much toys as you can possibly have? Do you actually think that is your purpose? Some people do. Some people do that. They get those riches, they get those things, and they say, wow, I've been fooled. I'm not happy. I'm still unfulfilled. I need more. I need more. I need the newest and latest and greatest. And you're going to keep filling that empty hole, and you're going to use the earth. You're going to transform these materials into something that is going to try to bring you happiness, and it may bring you happiness in the moment, but I'm talking about something that lasts forever, because you are eternal. And once you tap into this, then you're good to go forever. Imagine that. And even greater than that, even cooler than that, is you realize you're greater than yourself. There's something greater than you. You're connected to that. And you want to live in that space. And you can live in that space. It takes practice. It takes practice now. It's not an easy thing. I've cried many a nights. It's cost me my life pretty much. You know, this type of information, I mean, people will kill you over saying stuff like this. But am I afraid of death? No. Do I want to die? No. Do I want to die a painful death? No. But I'm only going to die once. So it's cool. I'm still going to live forever, just like you are. But the thing is, I want you to experience that here. And that's the cool thing. As soon as you say something that cannot be measured exists, you're going to have scientists that are going to come like this. Hey, where's God at? Let me measure that joker. Where is he at? You know, they're going outside. I can pull this thing as far out as it can go, and it's going to stop. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to measure out there, right? This thing stops at 139 inches. But imagine if that went on forever and God isn't here, then you're not going to find it. So science is all about this. But science is just measuring the 1%. And you can ask any scientist. You can look at I got a couple of little fun facts on science, because I am a scientist as well. And I will just say this really quick, just for those people that want to know, oh, what's your background? What's your education? So I am a degreed mechanical engineer. You know, like I have a degree. I can attain information, keep information. I've been through the system. I did everything that you're supposed to do to live a happy life, and it didn't work. So this worked, and I don't have as much money as I used to have. I don't have the relationships that I used to have. I don't have the friends that I used to have, but I'm happier now than I was then because I know the truth. And it's painful because you lose your comfort and you really become a loner to a degree, because you realize there's not many people on that level that are really trying to find the truth, because they're too busy in the material world trying to please other people instead of finding out who they are themselves. But that's besides the point. This is just to show you, this piece of paper really means nothing to me, but it's just to show you that I'm not just a guy off the street. But that's not to say a guy off the street cannot have the knowledge that I have or more. See, you don't judge anybody, that's the thing. What I realize is you can judge me based on my appearance, based on how I look, how I talk, my mannerisms, but the thing is you have no idea what's inside. So I don't judge anybody. I don't judge old people, young people, because age is just a number. We're all here on borrowed time. I mean, this thing is going on for all of us. So since we're in the dimension of time, let's make the best of it. Let's not waste our time on stuff that doesn't make any sense. So again, let me get back to 27, and I'm gonna try to speed this up because it looks like I'm going a little fast. But 27 is this to me. It's an angel. Now, this is the real 27. This is my sister, who is actually my guardian angel. She was born on February 27th. Now, she passed away shortly after this picture, not shortly after, but a couple years after this picture. She had a couple things wrong with her physically in this world. But the thing about her that taught me a lesson that I will never forget is that she did not care about her physical ailments. She was happy. I remember, and she was to the point where she had to be fed through a tube. They didn't know exactly what was wrong with her. They were doing tests, trying to figure out what kind of disease she had. And she ended up dying prematurely. And if she would have lived longer, they said she would have never walked and all that stuff, and she would have been handicapped. But you couldn't tell her that. She had no idea. She was here, she was enjoying life. For those few short years she was here, she enjoyed it. She loved it. And I remember playing with her on the bed. I'd take the sheet and flip the sheet up, and she'd be laying down and she'd just have a ball. You know, that little tube in her side, it didn't even matter, because that sheet going up and down, she was in heaven then. And she's in heaven now. I always said, and that's in one of my songs, I do know one thing: if heaven does exist, I'm related to an angel. Because if there is an innocence in a child, and all children are innocent, we still have that innocence in us. See, we have to go back there. You got to remove all the crud that society puts on us, because they make us feel like we're dirty, just like the dog story. But we can be clean. Now, there's different ways that you can look as far as the cleanliness of it. You can say, oh, well, baptizing is supposed to be kind of like that, but it's metaphoric. It's cleansing of your mind. Like, just look at it that way. Cleanse your mind, free your mind. What is that? Free your mind. You know, like free your mind society, free your mind. I'm attempting to free your mind, because what has happened is they have made us believe that we are what we see. And what we see is just like this. You know, let's say I'm similar to this radio, right? You in your mind know good and well that that sound is not coming from the radio. It's coming from the radio, but the station is not in the radio. The station is elsewhere. So imagine that we're like that. And imagine that that station is everywhere and it's broadcasting through us. And you can contact that station, and that station could actually improve your life in ways that you don't even know. I don't even know what life has in store for me, but I'm ready and I'm willing, and I'm trying to do my best to help you and just to answer the calling that I feel I've been given to share this information. So back to 27. 27 is a reoccurring number that I see all the time. And what I've been doing is gathering evidence. Because I believe that there's no coincidence in this reality. See, when you get to the level that I'm at, and I'm not saying I'm at an elevated level, but you start to wonder where the thoughts come from, where does inspiration come from, where do ideas come from. And I'm paying attention to that voice that says, look here, go there. It's your own internal radar. We all have it. The birds have it. That's how they fly south for the winter. Nature has it. The spider has it. That's how he knows to make that web. We have it. We just didn't know that it was inside, and we can tap into it, and it can be our own internal radar to help us live a better life and live the life that we're fulfilled to live, because each one of us thinks in a specific way that is unique to us. And what I want to do is fire the light up in you so that your specific way becomes illuminated. So I don't know if you can see that, but that's a little, so let's say this is your body, and bam, you know, this is your unique way of thinking. When you have the light cut on, your unique way of thinking becomes illuminated, and you can live your dreams. What I would like to try to figure out is, what are the odds of that many coincidences happening to one person? My social security number has a 27. My EIN for Black Magic Productions, the label that I had when I released that, had a 27 in that. Like, these are things that I don't create. These are things that come to me, that I just capture. So there's a lot of that going on. Now, you've seen me talk about the Big Bang Theory, and this is the theory. Like, what I want to do is get in front of people, because I'm better at answering questions, because through my life experience, like, I like movies, I like music. I probably listen to some of the artists you listen to. I probably watch the same movies you watch. I just watched Divergent. Is it Divergent or Insurgent? Insurgent. When I got the ticket for that, even the ticket number had a 27 on it, right? So it's interesting. And in that movie, what are they doing? They're trying to wake people up. There was one person that was 100% divergent. So let's just say I'm 100% divergent. Oh, you didn't even know that existed. Oh, you thought that was a fairy tale. Oh, you thought that it wasn't possible. Okay, well, I'm telling you that it is, and that someone has done it. And yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's not easy, but you can do it too if you really want to. And I don't think it's that hard or that easy. It seems like, in my perspective, I created the hurdles that I needed to get over to believe that I was worthy of knowing God for myself. And some of those hurdles were big hurdles because, again, a lot of program, a lot of people saying, you can't do it, no way. And I'm still getting resistance. When I go, for instance, I went to the Unity Church. Yesterday I went to the Unity Church, talked to one of the guys there. And it was interesting, I'll say this, that I wasn't even planning on going to a Unity Church. I was outside drinking my tea, and something said Unity Church. And so I listened to that something. I just listened to it. And so I go to look up the different ones, and then there was one that rang to me, like, this is the one I should go to. Look at the birds of the air. This is the verse that they had on their website. Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? And that happens to be Matthew 6, verse 25 through 27. Right? So I go there, talk to some people, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn. Like, I'm humble with it because I know that I'm no different than you. I know that there's a plenty that I don't know. I know a fraction of a fraction of a fraction, and there's an infinite amount of knowledge out there. So what I'm sharing with you is it's nothing in the grand scheme of things, but it's a big thing when you didn't even know it existed. And the people that are going to join me are going to be on the journey with me as well. And you're going to see us, you're going to interact with us, and that's what I want to do.